everyone, welcome back to 25 Sweetpeas. Today for you, I am going to be swatching the latest launch from Zoya. This is their classic leathers collection that just came out a little bit ago. This is kind of their second release in the fall season, so that was interesting to see. All of these polishes in this collection are very creamy. They have consistent formulas, and I think they'd have even better formulas with the bigger brushes, but as always, I'm swatching them with their default brushes out of the bottles. That way you know exactly what you are getting whenever you pay for the polish without buying any add-ons. So the first shade that we're swatching is called Gidget, and this is very much like your autumnal yellowy sunflower color, I guess you could say. It covered nicely in two coats. It was definitely a little like streaky and patchy looking on the first one, but the second one kind of went on the same way, but then it like self-leveled, so it looked really good in two coats. The next shade is Oh No. And this one is a really pretty like berry tone. This had a really good formula. Actually, in one coat, it covered really nicely. I stayed away a bit from my edges when swatching just because these sorts of colors do kind of leave like a residual color on. Not necessarily like a stain per se, but when you're taking them off, you can get like residual colors. Again, not a stain because it is so pigmented. Then the next one is called Dagmar. And this one is like a darker version of the last one that we just swatched. So in the first coat, it looks pretty bright actually, but then you put on the second coat and it does get deeper. On that first coat, I did feel like you could see kind of some streaky bits, but nothing major. And the second coat definitely deepened the color and fixed any of those little streaky spots. Covered nicely all in all. The next shade is Ryder, and this is more of a brown shade. This brown definitely has a bit of like a red tone in it, but it covered really nicely in two coats. When I pull my brush away from my nail, for some reason the camera makes it a bit more saturated. So whenever you actually see the brush on the nail, like that's the more accurate color. So it is more of a brown maybe than the camera is actually showing. I'm really sorry about that. I've tried to fix it. I could not get it to do anything different. Then the next shade is a really nice mossy green shade. I really actually liked this one because I'm not like a traditional fall color kind of girl, but I do like a good assortment of greens, and this sort of green goes into any like tropical color palette too, because you know we have a bazillion shades of green, and this one's just a really nice mossy shade and it covered well in two coats. Then this last one is kind of like your dusty dark blue. I really liked this. This is kind of on the verge of being like a denim shade, but a bit dustier and a bit more muted. And again, this one covered really nicely. On the first coat, it kind of looked like very uneven, but the second coat really evened everything out and it looked really great on the nail and covered perfectly in, like I said, those two coats. So here is a quick look at all of the polishes that we just swatched. These are available now on the Zoya website, so you guys can be sure to check those out if you are interested in any of them. And I think that covers everything for this little collection. I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing these swatches. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to y'all next time. Bye!